Hi, Vanessa.
Hi.
So nice to chat to you. So we met at the Master Investor Show. Yeah, I was really excited to hear about everything you're doing to teach kids about financial literacy, which is just so important. My daughter's 7 at the moment, and it's really a good age to start. How did you get into teaching children about financial literacy?
I started this journey after leaving TV production. I love being creative, but I felt like my skills wasn't being realized. It wasn't being used. I wanted to make something that was timeless and essential, something that you think about it, you need without even thinking about it, like money. Everyone needs money. Then it just kind of reminded me that I didn't learn about money. And I remembered being in primary school, and the only type of introduction I had to money was just the introduction to the coins, like 1p, 2p, and add them up. But it wasn't financial literacy. It was just more heavily based on maths and just a bit of coins here and there. As I was going through my research, and then I just didn't see activity books on money. Well, the ones that I did find, it was maths based, but they had like 1 or 2 pages on money. At the time it was niche, which I find kind of insane that the topic of money is niche. Like, what? I just thought, all right, I'm gonna do this because it's not out there and it's needed. So that's how Bunyan B was born, which is a financial literacy program for kids that it has activity books and workshops.
That's so true, because I think of actually my kids are 4 and 7, and they've come home and they've done that sort of like, these are the coins and these are the notes. It's nothing to do with saving or how you would spend money or anything to do with like what it all means. Why do you think it's important that children understand this, finances and money?
Because it's a life skill. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a part of life, is going to be a part of their life eventually. And I feel like we teach our kids manners, we teach our kids how to clean, we teach our kids how to cook, but we're not teaching them about money. But these are the things, cleaning, cooking, all of these things you're building your kids up for when they become independent enough to look after themselves. And money should be a part of that. Someone did ask me, like, why teach them so young? Why start them so young? Kids are, especially when they're younger, it's easy to teach them. They're like a sponge. You can teach them a new language when they're young, and they will get it. So why not adapt that in their foundation? Just have them comfortable with the concept of money, because money isn't just a thing that you just trade with. There's a whole thing behind money. There's an approach to money, there's a why to money, there's an attitude to money, and opening up that conversation for them to understand that, because especially nowadays they don't really see money, it's just tap. And I had parents say to me, yes, teach my kids because they think I'm made out of money. So instead of them, like, when you say, no, you can't have this right now or at all, and they throw tantrums or they're upset, I feel like once they understand that there's a process to this, you can't just get everything. That once you open up that conversation, they will then almost empathize and be curious, and
they're like sponges, they just absorb things. I completely agree that we teach them to cook, teach them all these other things, laundry. This is another fundamental life skill, so why would we not teach that? Because they're like sponges. If you don't teach it, then they're going to pick up on things anyway. So completely agree with the tapping. I've had other parents say that to me, where their kids just do not understand the fact that you just tap and you get a thing. That can be really dangerous. But then also there's things that we say around money that they're going to pick up on. What's your own background when it comes to money? Where you mentioned that you weren't actually taught about it as a child.
I wasn't taught about money, so that's what even inspired me to even write the book, because of my experience with money. There was almost like a fear factor to money because I didn't grow up with a lot of money. So when I did start to earn money in college, back in the day when they used to give out EMAs every week, I'm showing my age, I became a hoarder. My money habits became very unhealthy. Usually everyone else kind of spends everything, but I was the opposite. I just thought in my mind that if I don't touch my money, I will have my money. So I just didn't want to spend it at all. Yeah, there's like two ways to go about this unhealthy habit with money, and I just became a master at saving.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spend anything because I just thought, oh, I have it now. If I spend it, I won't have it anymore. Seeing my parents, their attitude with money or their relationship with money, a lot of us millennials are first gen born and raised in London.
Okay.
My parents came from, Africa or the Caribbean. They moved here for a better life, so they didn't have no financial literacy. So
Yeah.
you see how they are with money, you learn from that. And they didn't have no one teaching them about money. And then here we come, we go to school here, and we're not taught in school about money. So then when we start earning, we're literally learning as we're going. But I wanted to break that cycle for the next generation. So I just wanted to better equip the next generation so that they can be more independent when it comes to their life choices and just more wise. Yeah, the idea was to literally introduce it to them young, so then when they get to secondary school, when they get pocket money or whatever, it's just a natural, seamless development that they was already introduced to money, and now it's just learning more and more.
So how can parents encourage their children to get interested in money?
Designed to bond parent and child. Is very interactive, and it comes with play money as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like transform your living room into a shop. Do a bake sale. You have my play money. You can buy, you can sell. You can turn your wardrobe into, or your bedroom into, like a retail store with your clothes. Like,
I love that.
Use what you have in the house. You have the play money. Write price tags on the items, and then interact that way. And even I will encourage as well, especially during Saturday food shop, the shopping list, give them part of the shopping list and make it into a game. And who can find the cheapest milk, or who can find the best deal.
I love that.
Yes, make it into a game. That way you're helping them help you, because you get to do your shopping faster, and they're learning and they're having fun, and then they would want to come to shopping and get involved because it's fun.
I love the idea of like who can get the best deal, or like find the cheapest thing in here. That's so fun.
The core of the book is literally learning through play, has practical things like that. So it just, it's not just a book where you just write, you're doing things. So bringing it into life.
What do you do if parents don't feel confident about money themselves?
It's absolutely fine. Like, you can literally learn together. Like, literally with Bunny and Bee, with my book, it's designed for that. You can literally learn together. Treat my book as a starter pack for the both of you, because the activities on there are real life scenarios, and they spark up conversations, like real conversations where you and your child can literally like discuss together, debate together, really think it through. And from the feedback I've had with other parents, they've said it's really made them think about their attitude to money and where they've failed, and it's kind of made them realize where they've gone wrong, and making them want to be better because they know have a child that's watching them. So I feel like when you're doing it along with your child, when you're doing the activities with your child, it becomes more meaningful because you're both learning.
I always tell parents, when your kids start to ask you questions, sometimes you feel like you should know. And so sometimes people just make things up, right? Like, people will make stuff up.
Yeah.
And instead, you just say, okay, let's go find out. So we'll go Google it, we'll go ask Alexa, or we'll go look in a book.
Yeah.
And so the same thing, I imagine, with money. Like, if you don't know, well, let's go find out. And like, part of the process is being comfortable with not knowing. Like, I don't know, so let's go figure it out together. And it's really nice for them as well, because then they're like, oh, we're learning together. And do you need to have a lot of money to get your kids interested in good money habits?
Not at all. You don't. Having a healthy relationship with money doesn't necessarily mean you're rich, or you have to be rich to have a healthy relationship with money. Having a healthy relationship with money is more your money management and living within your means. And I even, whether you have a lot or a little, literally living within your means and managing your money wisely, I even feel like even if you don't have a lot of money, you become even more skillful in the way that you handle your money. You really know how to stretch your coin. You don't have to be rich, you just need to be smart.
So one thing I've always done with my kids is, like, from a very young age, they've never gotten like new toys. Because when they're very young, they don't know that something is packaged right. So if you buy something from Vinted and it's like really good condition and you just put it in a box, then it's just that same thing. It's just like so much cheaper. And now as they're getting older, they're starting to realize that as well. Like, you can have 3 of these toys from Vinted that are in perfect condition, or you can have this one toy that's like in a box they're going to throw away anyway. Exactly. Like, which one of those is going to be more appealing? Where can parents find your book and your resources?
You can find me or Bunny and B on Instagram and my website. Find that through my Instagram.
What is one thing you wish all parents knew?
I wish all parents knew that they don't have to be perfect to teach their kids about money. And as long as they're transparent and true, I know that, you know, as parents, we want to protect our kids, but I feel like being real and transparent is a form of protection. We're in a crisis. You know, bread is so expensive right now. You know, let them know what's happening. If you can't afford something that your child wants, and then, you know, there's for a tantrum or they're upset. But like, if you let them know that you're at a loss as well, you want to go on holiday, you want to get something too, but you're not able to. So there needs to be like patience, and let them understand the situation that everyone's in right now. Like, everyone's in the same boat. I want to know as well that you don't need to spend a fortune for your child to feel loved, or, well, I guess you guys know that already. Or
no, it's true.
Or like, you know, have the latest gadget, but you're just so that they can fit in or something. I know there's adults there that have grown up and not knowing that they were poor because of the alternative ways that their parents made them feel like they had things. Well, in the book as well, it has things like emotional spending and perception, you know, just teaching your kids about, for example, I was just thinking about things that we deal with now. And, you know, when you perceive someone because they have something expensive, you treat them a certain way. It just, you know, I have all of those things in my book. It just is more than just, it's more than just the money. It's the attitude, the psychological, immediate family. Let it be a conversation. Let it be a thing where, you know, just be transparent with that. That where your child, because your child, again, is watching, they're learning, they see what you're doing, even if they're not speaking about it, they see it. So when they see that you know how to deal with your money, or you have a healthier relationship with money, or like, it would just set them up